Hey, hi, welcome to Faith and Trade. And here I am today. I have a different concept that I want to share. That is how I am journaling my trades and how am I learning, how am I revamping things. Because um, you know, I realized this and I have been telling this to myself for a long time that I want to tell you. We can't keep doing the same things and expect a different outcome, right? If if we want to see different outcomes, especially if we want to see positive outcomes, then we need to make changes. So the kind of input that we are giving should change in order to see a different output. So I knew this. I kept telling this to myself. I've even written it down, but I have not really followed it. But it's high time that I follow my own advice because I am the person that I never listen to. But anyway, let's get into the video. I have started to use Notion to journal my trades. Before this, I was just journaling my trades on Discord. So I just created Discord, and every day I just copy paste the trades, and that's how I used to do it. And not once I went and actually went through all the trades. I just put it there, and it just stays there, and sometimes I just miss it. So I decided to really embrace this approach of using Notion and reviewing my trades every day. So today we are gonna just do that. And today being so we just the market just closed. This is Tuesday, and it was not a great day. It is what 26th of November, and we just closed for Tuesday. And this is a Thanksgiving week, and you can see in my screen, this is the chart I have just intentionally just started it from around 9:15, and I'm showing it until lunchtime, um, 12:45 or something. And you can see how the market has been in a range, right? If you had actually calculated the maximum points that it moved, it was just 100 handles up and down between the highest and the lowest. I'm talking about the AM session. I'm not talking about the big move that we had during Asia. I have no idea. That's why I have journaled it here. Market moved almost 200 points during Asia. I don't know why. London looked choppy, at least to me, and AM was ranging up and down. Yes, I took some sloppy trades and made small profit, but it was gambling. I'll note what trades could have been taken with the narrative. So that's what we are going to be doing. So call me a shameless hindsight trader. But what I believe about hindsight trades is that the more you keep seeing what has happened in the past, and if you study it, it's not just, oh, I could have taken that trade, but if you can study it, then it's a game changer. Okay. So here's what I have decided to do, and here's what I'm showing to you now. So I'm not going to be going into like multiple time frames. I'm not teaching you guys. So if anyone at all is listening to me, I'm just sharing my journey. So please join me in. If you want to know anything, just ping me in the comments. I will direct you to amazing trading mentors who teach and who I learn from. Here on this channel, I'm just journaling, and I'm inviting you to join me to see how good or bad I'm performing, to join me in this journey of faith and trade, where I overlap faith with my trading. So, yeah, let's keep going. Here's the first trade that I have outlined. So, basically, uh, you know, at this point, so around 10 o'clock, we made this low because there was a news. What news was that? I don't know what news was that. I forgot. So we had this whipsaw up and down weaking. And here, this small green FEG is the first fair value gap, but it's so small. And so I did not really consider this much, but let's have it there. I've marked this FEG. I've learned from a YouTube trader that if it's less than five handles, he doesn't consider an FEG, at least the first presented FEG. Okay, so yeah, um, moving on. So we sweep this low here, okay, and here we are like, I think we came down, we touched, we are inside the new week opening gap at this juncture, and we also came almost near 25% of the opening range gap. And then we moved higher. I would have liked it better if this liquidity was swept and then we had a market structure. But you know what? We already swept the liquidity, and so it's just my point. I've noticed this a lot of times that this may not, we might not have this double sweep all the time. If it is there, great. If not, I see this as a market structure and there is an FVG here. Okay. And it is aligning with this first presented fair value gap as well. So if we had taken this trade with such a small, um, you know, stop loss, which was just 18 handles or so to catch 40 handles. This run is a 40 handle. And I am just stopping here because I learned about this wickless concept. So if there's a wickless candle there, the price often tends to go take that out. So I am just stopping my profit there, take profit there. But you can also hold it until it goes and taps this FEG. Okay, this is my idea of my first trade, and this is all some gyan that I'm giving myself, how I could have made different amounts trading just micros, because I tend to over leverage over position size and lose money. Anyway, moving on to the next trade. If you see, this is the trade that we were talking about. On in the same time, there's another trade on the other side. So we moved up, tapped into this FVG. Now, I know just directly entering here wouldn't be a great idea, at least if there is no proper market structure shift and if you don't have a drawn liquidity. Because for me, entering here, what am I targeting? I'm not very sure. Okay, is it just a reaction? If it will go close and go up, I don't know. So I just waited. And see, this is all me observing also, but I did not take all these great trades. This is hindsight, but I'm watching the market all this while. So I didn't take this trade. Now it came and did all of this, and here's this wickless candle, and then if it just goes up, right? And here I have an FVG here. So I can simply enter here and just have the high here and have my stop loss then focus at least this wickless candle. So I learned this concept. Kudos, shout out to Pro Trader Path. He's the one. I mean, of course, these are all ICT concepts, but sometimes we follow people who trade ICT concepts and we learn much more from them than ICT himself. Whatever ICT tells, I agree that he's the mentor of mentors. I respect, massive respect to ICT and all of that, but I learn a lot from true ICT traders. And one such trader is Pro Trader Part. Shout out to him. And there's another trader called T2. Shout out to him as well. So these are some traders that I follow. So yeah, we go there, and so if we just put our entry here, and we can have a very tight stop loss. It's just eight handle stop loss. It's like crazy, but just focusing here, catching this is, can you believe that this is just 35 handle move? Just focusing on this. We can even see if it taps this first presented fair value gap. So we have multiple reasons. See, all I'm trying to say to myself is that to have a reason to take a trade, right? Even if you're back and forth scalping, you cannot enter a trade blindly, meaninglessly. That's gambling. Sometimes I do that because I'm bored or because I want to make money. Uh, fast I do that. So, so this was another trade, and these are all some comments that I have put in here. By the way, all of these trades are just like 10 minutes long. That's really great, right? Anyway, um, so here we are to the next trade. So this is after lunch. So after lunch, we know we were waiting for FOMC at 2 p.m. The only problem was I was already in a trade somewhere. I don't know. I entered a bad trade and I was in it. Um, and I was trying to get out of the trade. So I completely missed this trade. This is what happens when you prematurely get into a trade, you actually miss good trades, because your focus is basically on the trade that is in drawdown and you're praying and you're wishing that the price would go to your direction. First you aim for profit, then you pray that you'll have break even, then you pray, oh please let me close with a small loss. So that's the story, a vicious cycle of a trader who's not actually a trader but a gambler. It's high time, if you are one such person, to realize that. I have realized that a long time ago, that I struggle with psychology and discipline and with gambler's mindset. I don't even know how I adapted to gambler's mindset. But when you feed something too often, that just grows. So, like I was just talking in my previous video, in Romans 7, Paul talks about who you know, obey more, that becomes your master, right? So if you're obeying and you know letting your flesh, basically your desires, like, okay, I want to press that button and I want to take that trade. When you go and give in to that, um, I don't know, the desire, the need, when you indulge that, then it becomes like a habit when you keep doing that, right? So it's the same thing if you want to kind of overcome that, do the opposite. So yeah, I'm trying it myself, so I'm not too fit to give you any advice. But here's the perfect 2022 uh, mentorship model. So we have liquidity sweep up, and we had break of structure in the 1 minute, and we have an FVG, tap into the FVG, enter. So I'm covering a little above. I'm almost covering the order block here, but we can even keep here the stop loss, or if you're very conservative, I mean, if you want to have very small tight loss, you can even cover the mean threshold of the order block and so on. So this was such a great trade. It happened after 2. So FOMC, I thought we'll have extreme volatility with extreme movements, but it just moved about uh, 30, 40 handles, 50 handles, maybe, yeah, 50, 60 handles. But this move here with the 2022 model would have fetched you easily 30 to 40 handles with a very small stop loss. So here's what, and all of these orange lines that I have drawn is the liquidity, the sell side liquidity that was just left. So it was all inducement. We know that it will come and take it out. So we have this confirmation as well. And then we have a model. So we could have just gone and taken it. Anyway, I'm already talking too much. So I this is the last trade. This is the PM trade, which went really against me. I took a horrible trade, which made me which gave me a loss. That was a small account that I'm trading, a 10K account, so had a loss of $250, which is massive. I had built that account. Now it is in drawdown. So it was a big mistake. So I'm not going to show you how that trade went wrong. Instead, I'm going to show you where we could have entered. So if you see, this is the move down, and we were entering into so long the entire day, we were just, teasing around the top part of the new week opening gap. And during the FOMC, it just smashed through. It came until the CE of the new week opening gap. And it was also aligning with an old 15 minutes FEG. So it was an IFVG. So it was reacting from that. So we have a reason, right? We are not blind. And this is also the top of the new day opening gap of today. See? So it was reacting from a specific place. And then we could have just observed and see what ideas you would get. So it is reacting here. And so we already have an IFVG at this place. So we are not taking, I'm not taking any trades. A lot of people will take because this is a low risk buy. They might just take it here after, after it closes. But I'm not even suggesting this idea. So just wait. And here already we have the liquidity sweep. This itself swept a lot of liquidity, and we have this internal liquidity that has been swept. We have IFVG, market went up and came, again tapped, a little fake breakout, it just went back again, making a new high, breaking the structure. So we have an MSS market structure shift here and a market structure shift here. So when it comes back, there is an FVG here. We could have simply entered the trade here. Okay. But if this was not you, you could have simply waited, because when it tapped here, it was in. Okay, I did not measure this, have measured this. So my other idea was, once you tapped here, you also have another confirmation that after it made the second high, it came back, and nothing to be alarmed. It just tapped into the 50% range, equilibrium range, and then it started to range a little bit around, but it was just around the equilibrium range, and then it took off. Okay, so we know this pattern, most of us, but we should not be a pattern trader that whenever this pattern appears that I will take it. Rather have a narrative as to where it's happening, and why we could take this trade. So yeah, this is how it looks. So we could have entered here, caught the move, and we could have even entered here if you had missed this move, right? And I have written saying that, okay, I would have taken my take profit one here. The reason being, I mean, I was not very confident about this trade. So if I measure from here, from this high to this low, somewhat 50% would be here, and there's also FVG here. This is the last FVG. So I would have like seen how the price is reacting. So this FVG clearly, cleared. So I would be like, happy to take a profit here. If you see, it eventually came down here, reacted from this small FVG, and then it went off. So this in itself was also a very small stop loss of, um, I think, 9 handles. But if you even drag and put it below the IFVG, it was still some 15, 20 handles. See, 20 handles in NASDAQ is amazing. It's an amazing stop loss. Anything below 15 handles is a jackpot. So I think um, just seeing, waiting patiently for trades is what I'm trying to learn. And all these hindsights are really helping me. So that's all for today. Yes, I'm a shameless hindsight trader. You can call it that. But I'm learning, and I hope you learned something from this video. Let me know if you like these kind of videos. I am going through several evaluations in Top Step, and also another prop firm funding pips. So I would show my results very soon because I don't want to be ruining it for you as well as for me, because I have that track record in the past. If you can see my past videos, I start and then I just blow the account. So I don't want to do that. Let me just have my footing and I'll keep you posted. I hope you could join me on this journey and share what you have learned in your journey and what you can, if you have any suggestions and ideas, please don't forget to leave those down below. Anyway, great. Thank you so much for listening. You have a great day and happy holidays for those of you celebrating Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be grateful for. I praise God. I praise Yeshua, Jesus, for all that He has done for me, especially dying for me, for my sins, so I can be called as a daughter of my Creator God. So that was possible only because of Jesus. I call him Yeshua, who went to the cross to die on the cross, shed his blood on my behalf. He loves you, he loves me. So God bless you. See you on another video.